Hi everyone. Today I have another book for you that's about someone who's going to school for the first time. This book is called The Kissing Hand, and the main character in this book is a raccoon named Chester. I don't know if you know very much about raccoons. This story is fiction, it's made up. But one thing that's true that's in this story is that raccoons are nocturnal. And that means that they're awake at nighttime and they sleep during the day. So that's pretty different from what we do, isn't it? So you might notice that in this story it says he goes to school at nighttime and he's at home during the day. And so I just wanted you to understand that that's because in real life, raccoons really do sleep during the day and do fun and interesting things at nighttime instead. So I want you to pay attention. In this story, we're going to see that Chester's feeling a little bit nervous to go to school, partly because he's worried that he'll miss his mom. And I know that we're all mostly staying at home right now during school time, so you might not be worried about missing your family the same way that Chester is worried about it. But you might have days when you wish that you could still stay in the room with your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or babysitter, whoever you're with, even though it's time for school and you'll have to say goodbye to them for a few minutes and come to our school time instead. So notice what Chester does. And if you're ever feeling a little bit sad to leave your family or any other grown-ups or friends, then maybe you can use this trick that Chester uses. I think you'll like it. So the title of this book is The Kissing Hand. It's written by Audrey Penn, and it's illustrated by Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake. The Kissing Hand. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will help make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. So look at that. He's feeling very loved and safe now because he has that special kiss from his mom. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you.' And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. Do you know what grinned means? It's another word for smiled. So he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her, and with a gentle "goodbye" and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school, and as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." Look at him at school with all of his new friends. And here at the end of the book it says, "I love you." And if you want, you can practice saying "I love you" in sign language. If you take your hand and you stick out your thumb and your pointer finger and your pinky, this means "I love you" in sign language. So you could even do that to your family if you're missing them and you can see them in the other room or across the hall. You could just do this really fast, or they could do that to you. Or you could practice giving each other a kissing hand, and then you can take that with you when we come to our school calls together. And if you're ever feeling lonely or nervous, you can do the same thing that Chester and his mom did, and you can press it to your cheek and remember that your family loves you very much and that they're really proud of you for being at school and learning new things and making new friends. I hope that you enjoyed that book. It's one of my favorite ones about the beginning of school and about how you can love and miss your family and you can still have fun when you're doing school with your friends and your teachers too. I think that's a great lesson that we can learn from Chester. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon.